Is share a concept with you that is really important to at least consider when you're thinking about things that you want to accomplish in life and when you're dealing with people and all that kind of stuff. There's a theory that originated from a guy named Leon Festinger. And he was a research psychologist, and he came up with a theory called the cognitive dissonance theory. Cognitive means idea or truth, and dissonance means disharmony or uncomfortable feeling. And what his theory suggested is that you and I as human beings cannot hold two conflicting viewpoints in our minds at the same time without disharmony occurring. As soon as we make the decision, we start gathering data to support our decision. And so what happens to us, you can hold two conflicting viewpoints until they come in conflict. Then you make a decision. As soon as you make the decision, you gather data to support your decision, called the cognitive dissonance theory. Now, that sounds reasonable, but let me show you how it works. Let's say the two of us, first part of the year, Edward, you and I, we work together. And we see each other every day, and maybe I'm a area manager or something, and you're a union exec. And we see each other, we're talking to each other, and the first part of the year we're going to buy a new automobile. Both of us decide we're going to buy a new car. We haven't decided what kind of a car we're going to buy yet, so we share the good points and the bad points. And Edward said, well, I looked at this and it looks like it's really going to be tough on gas. I said, yeah, I saw that too. I saw the same article. And so we share the good points and bad points. Neither one of us have made a decision. But then down the road a ways, Edward decides the best car for the money in today's marketplace is a Chevrolet. And as soon as Edward makes a decision to buy the Chevrolet, Edward's whole concept changes. He drives off the showroom floor with his new Chevrolet, and he starts seeing Chevrolets all over the place. God, there's another one. Everybody's driving them. I'm smart. We could be sitting in a conversation, all kinds of noise going on around us, and somebody mentions Chevrolet. You got one too? What kind of mileage you get? Me too. We're smart. So he starts gathering data to support his decision. Now, about the same time that Edward decides to buy the Chevrolet, I decide to buy a Ford. So I buy my Ford, and I drive off the showroom floor with a new Ford, and I start seeing Fords all over the place. God, there's another one. Damn, everybody's driving them. Now, I know that Edward bought the Chevrolet, and he knows that I bought the Ford. So I don't just pick up the positive information about the Ford, I start picking up the negative information about the Chevrolet. I'll be driving to work one morning and see one broken down along the road, look just like Edward's. Better tell him about it. Driving to work this morning, Edward saw one of them Chevrolets broken down the road, look just like yours. Same make, same model. Same color. I'd have stopped to give a ride, hadn't been for the traffic. Edward said, geez, I appreciate that feedback. Now, Edward, he reads in the paper. He says he sees where they're recalling some of those Fords. I sure hope Gordy's in that series, but he may miss the article. I better take him the article. So Edward comes to work the next morning and brings me the article. See, they're recalling some of them Fords. You're in that series? I said, no, mine ain't in that series. He said, damn. Did you ever hear that statement, misery loves company? People hate to be around people who aren't miserable if they're miserable. What are you smiling about? God, did you read the paper this morning? Now, it's not just Fords and Chevrolets. One time, years and years ago, I was working in an educational system. There was a teacher, had an opinion. See, opinion to some is truth. Had an opinion about the administration. So this person was a staff person, this administration. He had an opinion. Now, to him, it was the truth. His opinion was the administration came to work at 10 and they left at 2. And while they were there, they didn't do a dang thing but figure out how to make it tough on the staff. That's his opinion. So at 10 o'clock in the morning, he's supposed to be teaching. His class is in there waiting for him. He's out in the hallways trying to catch the administration coming in. Keep your eyes open. There they come. Sign this paper. We got to do something about the administration. Do you know what he said at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Peeking out the windows trying to catch him leaving. There they go. They got their golf clubs. Sign this paper. See, gathering data to support his opinion. I'll give you one more example. Do you ever stop to think? You probably don't think about this kind of stuff. I do, occasionally. Why they have reception lines after people take the marital vows? See, you go through the marital vows, and you come up to the point where you make a decision. I do. Do you know what happens? You immediately get what's called post-dissonance, more commonly referred to as buyer's remorse. Did I do a smart thing? See, both partners getting that, did I do a smart thing? And so then you go through this reception line, and you get all that positive feedback. You make such a lovely couple. Whew, tell me more. You're going to have a long, happy life together. Ooh, I like that. And then you get all the presents, and you go on a vacation called a honeymoon, and you open the presents, and then you get back home, and about 6 months later, sometimes less than that, maybe 3 months later, you have a disagreement. You see the truth in opposites, more commonly referred to as a fight. And as soon as that occurs, the husband runs right down the nearest cocktail lounge or tavern, gathers 4 or 5 guys around him, got one just like her. I know what you mean, by God, mine too. You can't live with them, they're all alike. And the wife runs home to her mom or to her friends. They tell her, I told you not to marry that bum. Every time I told you, you wouldn't listen to me. When you lock on to a point of view, you gather data to support your point of view. See, racially, same thing. You can take it brown, white, black, white, yeah, whatever you want to do. You lock on. I know just what you mean. I saw one in Chicago last week doing the same dang thing. Oh, I had one working for me. I think it was 1986. Lazy sucker. Packed a knife. When you lock on, you lock out. Now, one more and then we will move on. Union management. I've worked with union management over the last 30 years, honest to God. I mean, honest to gosh. Union locks on, and they'll gather all kinds of data to support their point of view, and management will lock on and gather data to support their point of view. When you lock on, you lock out. So the question I want to ask you is, what have you locked onto? You know, about your family, about your children, about the future of your plant. You gather data to support your point of view. What have you locked on to about the next phase of your life? Ask that question of yourself, and then look around you and see what you feel about the people around you, what they've locked onto. See, because people lock onto you. And they gather data to support the point of view, good or bad. So, in your own peace and quiet, go kind of evaluate some of the things you're locked onto and ask yourself a question, are they working for you?